Yeah, line now.
Excellent. Thank you, Len. Well, welcome everybody to the opening ceremony of the Archway Hunt-A-Thon. My name is Brian. I'm with Dora Hacks. I'm very excited to be here with the Phi Labs, the Archway Foundation, and many of the bounty hosts for this hackathon. We're coming to you live for the opening ceremony. This is day one. Submission portal is now open, and the hackathon is kicked off. The Archway Hunt-A-Thon is a very exciting opportunity for members of the Dora Hacks and Web3 communities, as they're one of the premier CosmWasm L1s in the Cosmos ecosystem. This is actually the second hackathon that we are hosting with Archway team, and very, very excited to have part two on our platform. The very first Archway hackathon was back when Archway was still on testnet, and we had a lot of developer interests in building applications for this platform, even back then. So we're very excited to come back like bigger and better than ever, and do the very first mainnet Archway hackathon. And we think it's going to be a very exciting opportunity. The Archway team has a lot of really special things in store. There's some very exciting tracks, some really good prizes, over $100,000 available in prizes to the best projects. So it certainly is one of the best hackathon opportunities of the spring, and really excited to be kicking it off today, and being here with the entire Phi Labs and Archway Foundation team. So I think that right now what I'd love to do is welcome them to the stage to introduce a little bit more about the hackathon, go over some of the key dates, tracks, and other things to keep in mind as a developer, and also share, why this is such an important opportunity. Kaylee and Adrian, please welcome and feel free to share more about the hackathon to the community.
Yeah, hi everyone. Yeah, thanks for the overview of the hackathon. It's great. I'm Kaylee and I'm with Phi Labs, and I'm just gonna let me quickly share my screen, but I'm gonna be giving a brief overview of some of the details, dates, and then Adrian's gonna dive more into the tracks. But yeah, as Brian said, this is one of our first hackathons on mainnet. So it's a really exciting opportunity. We've crafted these tracks, very in a lot of detail, and we're looking forward to seeing what you guys can build. We've also got a lot of interesting and really great prizes from a lot of our partners on the call. We got Andromeda, Kudos, ArchID, Abstract, and a bunch of other teams involved. So brief overview of the hackathon. We are kicking off today. So as Brian said, submissions are officially open. April 29th start date, and then we're going to be wrapping it up on June 7th. So it's going to run for a little over a month. And within that period, we're going to be having a ton of workshops. Here you can, here's the landing page. You can click through the workshops. First workshop is going to be run by Adrian. And then we've got a ton of other teams running their workshops for their bounties. Noos, Andromeda, Abstract, Kudos, ArchID. As you can see, there's a ton of workshops, and we're looking to add more workshops. So keep checking on there. And then, yeah, I'm headed over to Adrian to go over some of these tracks, but yeah, we're really looking forward to it. As Brian said, this is a great opportunity. It's a really great prize pool, really just a ton of prizes up for grabs, and we're really looking forward to this. Adrian, do you want to go ahead and go through the tracks?
Thanks, Kaylee. So let me just share my screen quickly. All right, let me know if you're seeing my screen.
You're all set.
Okay, great. So I'm Adrian, and I'm a part of the developer relations team at Phi Labs. So we'll have two separate components. We have the Archway expansion tracks, which are the core tracks, and then we'll have the dapps expansion tracks, which are other teams built on top of Archway that we think will be beneficial for new developers to build on top of. So I'll just go through the core expansion tracks. So we have 4 sub-tracks there. The DeFi Warriors track, which is basically focused on DeFi space. So anything in relation to trading bots, yield farming, loans, stablecoins, the general stuff that you see within DeFi space. And those will come under this DeFi Warriors track. And then we have this new Degens track. So we know that based on what we've seen in the past few months with the meme culture coming back, we don't have any meme coins, for example, on Archway. And so we're looking to see a lot of fun, creative stuff being built within this Mystic Degens track. So we've seen a lot of developers talking about token factory, social tokens, copy trading, and the like. So we're really looking forward to see what developers will come up with within this particular track. The NFT Explorers track is general NFT-based solution, so games, marketplaces, but we want to see some new creative stuff as well. So even though we list ideas here, it's not restricted to what's listed here. So it's open to anything really. So you can be as creative as possible. And then the mobile crafters track, because we've not seen much within the mobile space, within the Cosmos ecosystem, and especially on Archway. So we definitely want to see a lot more dApps being built within the mobile ecosystem. We know that Leap Wallet has they are a very useful mobile solution as well as Kepler. So we definitely want to see a lot more apps being built within that ecosystem. One thing to note is that we will have bonus prizes based on the usage of our new V7 module. So the V7 upgrade will be available on mainnet, I think, within a week and a half. But all those the upgrade is already on our testnet. So our Constantine testnet has the V7 upgrade, and this upgrade comes with 4 new modules. The callback module, which I think is one of the more exciting modules. So that module allows for smart contract interaction being executed at any future arbitrary time. So that's a very, very unique module that's been built, and we believe it will be very useful for a lot of creative solutions within Archway. Also, we have the fees module, the CW fees module, which will allow smart contracts to actually pay for fees for other users. So we do have a fee grant module, that's a core fee grant module, but there's a lot of limitations there. And because of that, we decided to create our own fees module, which allows for smart contract to build or utilize the core fee grants module. So that's another core feature that we hope to see developers utilizing as well. And we also have the ICA module to allow for interchain accounts implementation. So we know that Noos, for example, has an ICA solution, but this is now built into the core Archway protocol, and it just allows for easy interaction with other chains. And these chains don't need to have CosmWasm enabled. Once we have an IBC channel to another chain, you can utilize the ICA module. And then we have the error module, which is helpful in terms of capturing all the various errors that you might get from the other 3 modules. So based on what we're doing, the top 2 projects out of all the tracks that utilize these modules will also receive a bonus prize. So yeah, looking forward to seeing what the developers bring to the table this time around, and it's exciting times ahead. One thing to note as well is that there are 4 channels within the Archway Discord that is focused on developer queries, so you can utilize those channels. But also for all the dApps, they will have their various support channels as well that you can utilize. But I'll be there to help and guide you as best as possible. So that's it from me.
Yeah, I was also going to add, we linked the developer resources to the details page as well. But yeah, in terms of other resources, Discord, and then Adrian will also be hosting weekly office hours. So if there's questions that pop up, office hours are going to be within the Discord. It's going to be Tuesday, Thursday at 6 p.m. UTC.
Any other channels developers can join that are looking to be a part of this hackathon? Maybe they have questions to ask. They're looking for a team. I know you mentioned Discord, but is there any Telegram channels or any other place where they can find resources, maybe even documents? What's the best place, for developers to find all this to get started?
So we do have the Archway Builder School channel that I think we will make that available as well. So all developers can join that channel, and it's a quick and easy route to tap into the developer community building on top of Archway as well. So I think we'll list that as well.
Excellent. And then is there a place where all of your docs are, collated for developers? I know you just mentioned a few new modules that just came out, but also just like getting started in general. Maybe this is the first time someone's developing on Archway. Where would you recommend they go to get started?
Yeah, so our docs is available at docs.archway.io, and that covers developer-related information, also for validators, relayers, and also the general community. But we'll be adding new content regularly in relation to the new modules as well. So giving developers an idea of the best use cases, as well as sample dapps that they can start off with. So yeah, docs.archway.io.
Excellent. Thank you. Kaylee, do you have anything else from Phi Lab side, or do you want to get into some of the bounty sponsors introducing their requirements?
Yeah, I think I know I touched on it briefly, but the workshops are going to be coming up, and they're going to be on the workshops tab in our landing page. The first one is going to be May 1st, so that's really in 2 days. So be sure to check back on the workshop tab, but we'll also be posting via Discord, Twitter, and our builders channels to remind you guys to join. But yeah, we've got a ton of exciting workshops coming up. So yeah, it should be really great and just great opportunity to learn a lot there.
Yep. Awesome. Yeah. And for everyone in the audience that's listening, I'll go through the website one more time as well in a couple minutes to show you exactly where to find all of this information and all of the requirements for both the main core tracks of this hackathon that Adrian was so kind to introduce, but also some of the additional bounty opportunities as well. And I'll show you where to find all of this information, as well as how to submit your project as well. But before I do that, I'd actually love to turn it over to some of the bounty hosts now to introduce some of the exciting bounty opportunities that if you are a main track participant of, you're also eligible to claim. We've got some really great bounty opportunities for developers while you're thinking about what your project should be. So definitely make sure to tune into some of the introductions here. So I'd love to start with Adair from Abstract team to introduce your bounty man. Go ahead.
Sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Adair from Abstract Money, and I'm really excited to introduce our bounty. So Abstract is a chain abstracted dApp development and distribution platform, and I'm going to go share my screen real quick for the bounty. And so, yeah, if everyone can see my screen, then I will not risk going full screen. But yeah, for the Abstract Archway Hunt-A-Thon, for the tracks, we have a DeFi track and we have a SocialFi track. So as I mentioned, we are dApp development platform. So we have a suite of developer tools for building apps. And one of those tools is our on-chain adapters, which allow for interfacing with standard protocols like DEXs, lending markets, oracles, liquid staking token providers, anything. So you as a developer can build apps abstract of that protocol. One of these things that we have on Archway is called the DEX adapter that interfaces with Astrovault. So you can write write apps that work with DEXs really, really easily. For example, here is an auto-compounder built on Abstract, built of the DEX module, the staking module, and the auto-compounder module. They're all put together to form that auto-compounder. And now what this enables for you as a developer is that you can put more and more modules together to form more and more complex applications. And so we have I'm going pretty fast, but we have a relatively robust product suite for developers where you can go from the ground up, from the smart contracts to testing to deployment on multiple chains, to integrating with those adapters, connecting them to your front end with an API, distributing them, and then analyzing your contracts with analytics or with just your applications. So yeah, for this DeFi track, we'd love to see some innovation in the DeFi space. We're not looking for DEXs. We're not looking for lending markets. We're looking for things that leverage these primitives that we already have. So trading strategies, CDP protocols, price prediction markets, something fun with the DEX would be great. As I mentioned, we have an Astrovault Dex adapter. Additionally, we have a SocialFi track for anything that can be installed on a user's account, such as developer reward sharing, doing some subscriptions, post-marketplace newsletter, or social lending. And in the interest of time, I will introduce our bonus as well. So abstract accounts are quite special. They can actually control accounts on any other chain, similar to ICA, except they're controlling smart contract accounts. And now this means that both the home chain and the remote chains are fully programmable. And you can build complex multi-chain strategies using this. And so this is a relatively new addition to our platform. So if you are looking to do this, feel free to reach out to us. It is a bonus because the docs are not fully built out. But yeah, there's abstract bounties, and you are totally able to combine these with the other bounties available. So yeah, excited to see what you build, and definitely join the abstract Discord, and good luck to you in the Archway Hackathon.
All right. Thanks, Adair. How about the Arch ID team now can come up and introduce their bounty?
Hey everyone, this is Drew speaking from Arch ID. I'm one of the co-founders of Arch ID. So Arch ID is similar in some ways to other domain name services that you might be familiar with. For example, ENS system on Ethereum. However, we do go a step further. There is this domain name aspect, which of course enables you to use a human readable domain name to send funds to. This is already active in Leap Wallet and Cosmos Station Wallet. You can go and send funds just by typing in something like, for example, drewtaylor.arch is one of the domains that I have. If you type that in, it will autofill my address and you could send me money. You don't have to do that, because I'm here to give you money for awesome bounties. So just want to talk briefly about how we're a little bit different than other domain name services for Web3. So we're also an identity protocol. This is an aspect of our system that we're currently working on and growing further. You're going to start to see cool projects built around that. One of them is getting released tomorrow, which is a fun blockchain game called Network Wars. So stay tuned for that. That one's coming in hot tomorrow. Basically, we have two different tracks for our bounties. One of them is focused more specifically on managing your Arch IDs. The other track is more focused specifically on identity and social integrations. So these would be things like Network Wars, where you log in with your Arch ID, you present the user with profile information for their user based on what is stored in their Arch ID for the token that they've selected to be their main user. These are really like sort of the yin and the yang of Arch ID. One is a domain name system and managing that. So we have, what is it? We have, sorry, just looking at, we got 3,000 US in Arch for that bounty track. And then we have an additional 2,000 in Arch, more based around an identity focused track. So I don't want to get too into the nitty gritty of the differences between those tracks, or even like the finer details of how Arch ID operates, because we have presentations happening next week. Two presentations next week. Each presentation will be focused on one of those bounty tracks. So please do come out. We're going to go really deep in those workshops. And if you're still, stuck or have any questions after that, do not fear, because every week during the hackathon, beginning next week, well, next week, of course, we have those workshops that I was just talking about, but every week after that, we're going to have at least an hour open Q&A where I'm going to be there on a call, and I am going to help you build the best project that you can build. Any questions that you have, we are there for you. We're going to be there weekly. If the time doesn't work for you for these workshops and open Q&A sessions, don't fear. We're more available in terms of like anytime on our Discord. So if you scroll down to the bottom of where our bounties are, you're going to see some important links. I just want to emphasize these. We have links to our documentation. We have links to our DApp for buying and updating your HIDs and customizing them. And then we also have a link to our Discord. So Discord is really like the go-to place. If you're having trouble and not able to attend some of the open Q&A to connect with me directly, feel free to ping me on Discord. You'll see my name in Discord is Drew ArchID. That's me. I look forward to connecting with you there, and also look forward to seeing all the cool stuff that you've built. And just one more thing, one final point is that we worked really hard to just provide some ideas for what you could build. But I want to stress that, the sky's the limit here. As long as you're within the bounty track and fulfilling like the basic requirements, go for it. If you are unsure about whether your idea is something that's like desirable for us as judges, connect with me directly over Discord or in the open Q&A, and we can work through that stuff. But if you just don't have an idea, the ideas that I put in the bounty tracks are just things that I really, really want people to build that I don't have time to do. So if you build one of those things, there is a good chance that that is a sweet idea that we are going to love. So yeah, that's it for ArchID. I hope to see you in the workshops.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Drew, for taking the time to introduce your bounty. I'd love now to go to the Andromeda team to introduce theirs.
Well, hello, I'm Leif. On behalf of me and my team, we're very excited to be in new opportunity to collaborate with the Archway community once again. For those of you that are not familiar with Andromeda, we were founded under the idea of making the development and consumption of Web3 solutions easier, better, and faster. And in that process, we've taken to creating an infrastructural solution at the smart contract level, which facilitates for us to configure, deploy, interact, and integrate these smart contract solutions across any of the Cosmos compatible chains. And I'm very excited to be able to announce that we'll be moving to the Archway 1 mainnet this May. So in our current iterations, we're a bit more compartmentalized where the L1s are independently operated, but that infrastructural solution is also designed to work in cross-chain interfaces as well. So as we continue to expand and grow, we will be making the releases for our messaging protocol, supporting issues for IBC, making the solutions for cross-chain communications, access, engagement, easily accessible without having to understand the complexities behind those systems. Now, all those infrastructural solutions have been developed specifically on the purpose of operating a series of small composable smart contracts, which we have put into our logic library. The Andromeda Logic Library, or ALL, is a composition of a variety of small interoperable components designed to work together for different communication types and functional bases. And that system is designed to be community contributed. So although we have some base audited examples out in place, we're really calling on the community to improve that development process. And we specifically in this engagement are hoping for one of our primary tracks is going to be for those with smart contract development experience to have the opportunity to create and submit some smart contract solutions to that logic library. We're going to be encouraging specifically connecting with pre-existing Archway projects so that all of our users can have access to the great projects and solutions that are being built here on Archway. For those that are not smart contract developers, we have a secondary track, which is going to be focused more specifically on building front-end interfaces that are operating and run on those smart contract solutions that will be built out using our system. We'll go into a lot more detail on that in the workshops, but essentially for at least that particular track, we've got base builds for you, code examples, walkthroughs, and a starter template. It'll be based in Next.js with React. We have GraphQL endpoints, and we've set up the Andromeda.js SDK for handling all those interactions to try and make that process a lot easier. So we'll go through a lot of that in the workshop for the further introductions, but you can get some initial information and a little bit of access to play around and get familiar before our workshop on the 3rd. So I would recommend that you look at andromedaprotocol.io. Additionally, the documentation is a good resource at docs.andromedaprotocol.io. And we just recently opened up our developer preview for our development suite, which is available for you at app.testnet.andromedaprotocol.io. I'm looking forward to seeing you at the workshop, and thank you.
Thank you so much. That was the Andromeda team presenting their bounty, and we'll dive more into the specifics of that later with their workshops as well. I'd love now to introduce the Noos team. Please take the stage and give a brief introduction to your bounty. I think you're on mute still if you already started.
Oh, okay. Now I can hear you. Yeah.
There you
Greet from me and Ollie here. I don't know if you can see him. Yeah, I'm from the Noos team, and we're building super accounts. What is super account? You can think about it as something that interact with your wallet and let you connect to even other chains or different abstraction abilities on your account. So what we have for now on Archway is the multi-sig model that we build, but I'm happy to announce that it's gonna be Noos V2 right now, SDK at this hackathon. So that's mean that you can build also not for like a multi-sig, it can be also for like just an individual user. Quick correction to Adrian, we also, our ICA solution, the ICA controller, is also can connect with non-COSM-WASM chains. So you also can do it from our solution. What we are going to do, we build the one bounty that is cross-chain DeFi. So really encourage you to think on cool things that you can do with the Noos SDK. But also we gave some examples like interchain liquidity protocol, selling LP positions on other chains from Archway, cross-chain staking protocol, and even institutional product suite for the multisig. So again, we're gonna open on our Discord, we're gonna open a special channel just for the Archway hackathon, and really the team is gonna be we're working almost like 24/7. The team is separated over the world, so you can ask a question or something or want to jump to a call, and we'll be there to help you. Also, we're gonna do some workshops, so more things are gonna come. I think the first workshop is gonna be explaining on the ICA controller with Noos and some solution that we build around it. And also gonna have like office hours. And we will try to do another workshop in the future and announce them. Yeah, so I think that's it.
Awesome. All right, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you taking the time to introduce Noos' bounty. Last but certainly not least, we have the Kudos bounty. I'd love to invite the Kudos team to come up and introduce what their requirements are.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. So let me share my screen. I introduce myself. I'm Chuan from the Kudos team. And the Kudos bounty is, hopefully you can see my screen now. The Kudos bounty is very straightforward, to be honest. So we are giving out $1,000 in free prizes to basically, doesn't really matter what you do as long as you use Intercloud. So I'll show you in a second. Kudos Intercloud is a VM platform that, but as I said, you can use to deploy VMs. So when you're thinking about any of the tracks that we just heard about, if you have a front end that you want to host somewhere or any other off-chain components, then if you host that in a VM that you deploy using Intercloud, you will be eligible for one of our prizes. I'll be doing a workshop on Wednesday next week to run through this, but Intercloud is a relatively straightforward platform where you can create VMs and you have a lot of regions, different availability. You can use, there's also a good range of VMs with GPUs. And yeah, put your SSH key, and that's it. The other thing I wanted to say is that in terms of payments, we accept a range of payments, both stable coins and non-stable coins, and we also accept Arch payments. So yeah, any of you holding any of these tokens, you can add credit to the platform to then spend VMs using these, and the login is completely permissionless. You just need Kepler or MetaMask. Last, yeah, if you have questions, you can reach us on Discord or Telegram. You can find the links on the kudos.org website. I'm Kudos Juan in Discord if you want to tag me. Telegram, yeah, probably you don't want to tag me. Yeah, it's better in Discord, but yeah, we have support people in both of them, so you can reach to us in either. And yeah, that's it. This one's a pretty straightforward one from us, just about the hosting. So yeah, that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Now that all of our bounty hosts have introduced their requirements, I would love to just take a couple minutes for everyone in the audience. If this is your first time ever participating in a DoraHacks hackathon, this will be very important for you. I'm just going to walk through the process of making an account, creating your project, and also, of course, submitting to the Archway Hunt-A-Thon. So if you bear with me for one moment as I share my screen. Okay, I trust everyone can see this now. This is the DoraHacks homepage, dorahacks.io /home. This is where you're going to come to get started. One of the important things to note is I'm already signed in. But if you're not signed in, there's a sign in button right up here in the upper right corner that says sign in. And there's lots of ways you can sign in to our website, actually. You can sign in with your email. You can sign in with your GitHub. You can even sign in with your wallet, for example, your Kepler wallet, if that's what you're using for Archway. That being said, I imagine the vast majority of you will want to sign in directly with your GitHub. And that's because when you're submitting your project, you're going to have to attach your GitHub anyway, so the judges can review it. So if you sign in with your GitHub, it makes it very easy to do that. So once you're signed in, you basically can navigate to the Hackathons tab right here at the top, which will bring you to this page here, where all of the hackathons that are currently live on DoraHacks can be found. Archway Hackathon, of course, because it just kicked off, is right here towards the top. You can find it right here. You'll also be able to find it in the carousel up here very frequently, right here, as you can see. But you can also find it below. Once you click here, you're brought to this tab, the Archway Hunt-A-Thon dedicated hackathon tab. As you can see, it's kicked off already, and there are 38 days remaining left to submit. I'm just going to walk everyone through some of the information you can find on this page. You're brought to, at first, this details tab. On the details tab, you can find all of the crucial information related to the hackathon. The overview of it, what Archway is, the Cosmos Layer 1 with CosmWasm. You can find the timeline. As you can see, the deadline is June 7th, so make sure to get your projects in prior to that. And then if you scroll down more, you have some more developer resources. As Adrian mentioned early in this opening ceremony, you've got the Archway website and the documentation. Some of the other important information you're going to want to take note of on this platform is the tracks and bounties. This is something that was also covered. As you can see, there's 4 core main tracks, and you can find some of the ideas the Phi Labs and Archway Foundation team have provided. These are things like DeFi. Then there's also the DGens track, the NFT Explorers track, and the mobile first track. This is a great way to get started on thinking about what you want your project to be, and make sure that you are building something that fits in one of these core 4 tracks. In addition to these 4 core tracks, we also just had all of the bounty hosts introduce their requirements. You can find all of their requirements also on this tab at the bottom. ArchID has a lot of information about their bounty, as you can see here. So if you ever want to have like an idea, or you want to make sure that you're building something that is relevant to a bounty, make sure to check here and cross-reference all of the requirements. In addition to the bounty requirements, you can also see the requirements and criteria for the main core tracks here, along, of course, with all of the judges that will be participating and will be reviewing your project. As you can see, you've got some very prominent people like Dougie from Figment Capital and Ed from Hashed, along with a lot of the core teams that are responsible for putting on this hackathon. So you can find information about who the judging panel is here and all of the judging criteria related to the Archway core tracks here too. So if you want to be eligible to receive a prize, make sure that your project meets all of these requirements. Speaking of prizes, if you're interested in knowing how much you're eligible to win as a first, second place, third place finisher, or the bonus prize, or even a bounty sponsor prize winner, you can find all that information here. One thing that Kaylee also touched upon early on in the opening ceremony is the opportunity for developer workshops. This is something very exciting for developers that are participating in this hackathon, as we've got a great slate of developer programming and content for you to basically learn from, and basically be able to get to know the teams a little bit better. These are technical workshops. These are research-based workshops, business-based workshops. You've got a really lot of exciting opportunities for you to learn from and get onboarded into this ecosystem here. And this will be updated as we go, and you'll be able to find all of the live links for the workshops here if you're ever looking for them. The last thing that I want to go over real quick is just quickly how you submit a project. And it's pretty easy. When you want to submit to this hackathon, you hit this button right here that says Submit Biddle. And this is going to obviously be a new project, right? This is the first time you're submitting this project to a hackathon. So you're going to want to hit this button here in the right-hand side that says Create a New Biddle. So I'm going to click that, and I'm going to be brought to this page here, where I basically build my project profile. So what I would do here is I would enter a project name, call it test, for example. I would attach my project logo, and I would put in the vision for my project. Vision is just a very high level one-liner about what your project is. Maybe it is as Adair mentioned for his bounty, maybe you've built a CDP stablecoin leveraging abstract accounts. That would be your one-liner. Right here in the Biddle description, this is where you go much more in depth into the actual architecture of your project, all of the features of your project, how it works. This is a markdown format, so you can include a wide range of text-based informations, graphs, tables, lists, bullet points, etc., links. Everything about how your project works and what it is should go here. And then, of course, it gets into some more detailed information related to your project. This is a Web Crypto Web3 hackathon, so you'd click there. And then everything that pops up here are hashtags. These are just ways. This is like a fun way to make your project more discoverable. So don't worry about getting it completely correct. It's not going to disqualify you if you hit the wrong thing. Obviously, this is not Aptos Hackathon, so you wouldn't click that, right? But if you hit it by accident, don't worry about it. These are just things to make your project more discoverable on the DoraHacks platform, just for fun. So once you keep going, here's where you click the repo for your hackathon. The GitHub repo, you put that here. And then right here, if you have a front end or some type of pitch deck for your project, your demo, you put that here in the demo URL. And then the last URL you'd want to insert is the demo video URL. This differs from the demo by itself because the demo video is an actual walkthrough of you explaining your project in depth and showing the viewers how it works. So this could be something like a YouTube link or Vimeo or something similar. Further down, you want to insert all of your team information, like what your name is, what your role on the team was, any contact information, previous experiences, that type of thing. You can put all of the information for your team here. And then another thing related to this is adding team members to your project. So for example, maybe I want to add Chris from the DoraHacks team, my colleague Chris, to my team. I would type in his email right here, and you'll see this button that pops up right here. It says Chris at DoraHacks. I would click this, and as soon as I click this button, an email gets sent to his inbox, welcoming him to join this team and collaborate on this project. And that's how you would add your team. Further down, we always recommend that, like, we think hackathons are supposed to be fun experience for people. So if you want to make a Twitter or Instagram for your project, we think that's a fun thing to do. So I'd recommend making a Twitter for your project and putting the Twitter handle there. And then another thing you need to do is put your personal contact information so we can reach out to you and, send you, like, say, basically, we need to be able to contact you in case you won. We need to reach out to you to get your, information. Maybe you got invited to a demo day. So we need to reach out to you to invite you to present live, or maybe there's other things that we need to notify you about your submission, and just basically verifying some of the requirements. So please put your Telegram for contact information here. If you don't have a Telegram, you could also include your Discord, your WhatsApp, or your WeChat. The last thing you do is you click this box here to agree to the terms of use agreement, and then you hit submit, biddle, and back. And this is a very important thing to remember, actually, because what you've just done on this page, submit a biddle, what you've just done is you've created your project profile, right? Your project has been created, you've submitted this project to the DoraHacks platform. But what you haven't done yet is actually apply specifically to the Archway Hackathon, right? You want to take this biddle and you want to submit this biddle specifically to the Archway Hackathon. So what you do is you hit submit biddle and back. And when you do that, you'll see this tab again. And now that you've created your biddle, on this dropdown, you'll be able to see it. For example, test, right? I just created a biddle that said test. I'll be able to select what track I'm applying to. Maybe I'm applying to, the Mystic Degens track because I've created a token factory application. And in addition to creating a token factory application, I've integrated ArchID's name service into my project as well. So not only am I applying to the Mystic Degens track, but I'm also claiming the ArchID name service bounty because that's also been integrated. So I'll click that as well. And then now that I've selected what I'm applying to, I would hit this button one more time. I agreed to the participant agreement, and then I would hit submit hackathon application. Boom. Once I hit that button, you've successfully submitted your project profile to the Archway Hunt-A-Thon Hackathon. And once it gets approved on the back end, there's a quick vetting period to basically filter out spam. But after a couple of days pass and everything's been approved, you'll actually be able to see your project profile on the Biddles tab. As long as it meets all the requirements of the hackathon, it will become visible here. And throughout the course of the hackathon, you'll see more and more projects start to apply and their projects be visible here. And once the submission period is over in 38 days, out of all of the submissions here, the judges will also be viewing them. They'll be adding their comments, and we'll be able to announce the winners. So yeah, that's basically all I wanted to share here as far as it goes to submitting to the portal and creating a project. I hope that's clear, but if it's not and you have any questions, you're more than welcome to reach out directly to me on Telegram or Twitter. My Telegram handle is @BrianDora. I'm happy to answer any questions you have or direct you to the correct person that can help. And really excited, once again, to be hosting the Archway Hunt-A-Thon. As I mentioned, this is the second hackathon we're doing with Archway. The first one was very, very successful. So our expectations are super high for this one. I'm really excited to be bringing this to the Cosmos developer community. We think it's an amazing opportunity. I'm really excited to see what people start building. But I'll stop sharing my screen from there, and I'll turn it over back to the Phi Labs team. Kaylee and Adrian, to see if you have any final words before we conclude the opening ceremony.
Yeah, I mean, to quickly wrap it up, like, thanks everyone for joining, and thanks for all these teams that, are a part of the hackathon as well, hosting bounty tracks. It's great to see we have so many teams wanting to be involved. And we're just really looking forward to, what you guys are going to be building, and we're just looking forward to build the Archway community and just get new developers in our ecosystem, new projects in the ecosystem. And yeah, I think it's going to be great. I know this is our first hackathon since our hackathon on mainnet, so we're really excited to see what comes out of this. And we're really excited for the tracks, and we've got a lot of prizes up for grabs. So there's a lot of opportunity here. And yeah, thanks everyone for joining, and looking forward to seeing you guys in workshops and office hours. And yeah, I mean, again, yeah, we're excited for this. And Adrian, I don't know if you wanted to share anything as well, some final thoughts, and if anyone had any questions, we're free to answer those as well.
Yeah, I just want to say that, like, please don't be shy or afraid to reach out to me on Discord or Telegram. I'm always there to help. If you need help, if you're just starting out, especially persons coming from the Web2 ecosystem, and you're new to Web3, that's not a problem. I'm here to help. The File Labs team is here to help. So yeah, just reach out to us on Discord, Telegram, and we provide support as best as possible.
Awesome. Yeah, thank you both so much. And thanks everyone in the audience for joining the opening ceremony. And, as it's probably quite clear, the hackathon is live. We're accepting submissions, so definitely get started. You have until June 7th to submit your project. I know that sounds like it's over a month away, but time moves quickly, especially when you're developing really crucial applications for Archway ecosystem. You have the opportunity here not only for some really amazing prizes, but also to get FaceTime with some awesome judges, meet a lot of the core teams, and potentially become a core ecosystem project of the Archway ecosystem yourself, and get additional resources there, of course. So I think it's a really amazing opportunity for Cosm Wasm developers, especially, as we are entering the spring and summer months. So, really look forward to seeing what you build, and also reviewing your projects. So thanks everyone for joining. And if no one else has any further comments, we can end the opening ceremony there. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining. Please, if you're in the audience and you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. We're all here to help. And you let us know if you have any difficulty finding developer resources. But if not, please get started building your applications, and we're excited to see them soon. So thanks everyone for joining, and I guess get started on the hunt.